Hello, and let's begin with the networking practical. Uh, so, in this practical, we are going to establish an FTP server, and we are going to basically simulate an FTP server in Cisco Packet Tracer. To keep the network simple, we are going to use three PCs which are going to access this FTP server. So let's go to the Cisco Packet Tracer and let's start doing this. So the first thing is I'll need three PCs. So let me just drag on those three PCs onto the canvas. So I'm drawing this three PCs into the working area or the canvas. The next thing that I would require is a network device. To keep things simple, we are not getting into the routers and all. So right now we will be using the simple most switch, that is 2960, and we will establish this network by connecting this PCs to this switch. So let me just connect this PCs to the switch. So this is the second one, and here goes the third one. Okay. So we have connected the three PCs. Now we need to give the IP address to these PCs and see whether these PCs are able to ping to one another. So first we will start with this PC. I go to the config and fast Ethernet. In the fast Ethernet IPv4, let me give an IP address 192.168.10.1 and a class C subnet mask. Let me give the IP address to the second PC. So fast Ethernet 0. We have 192.168.10.2 and the class C subnet. Then we go to the PC3 and we give the IP address to this fast Ethernet and 192.168.10.3, and this is the subnet mask. So what we have got here is we have got three PCs which are connected to the switch, and we have given the IP address such that these three PCs are in same network. So which means this PC should be able to ping to the another PC. So let's try that. Let's go to the desktop and the command prompt. So let me ping 192.168.10.3. Fine, it's working fine, and you can test the other PCs also, but I'm not doing that right now to keep the video short. Now once I have this basic network ready, the next thing that I need to do is go to this end devices. In the end devices you will see server. Okay. So click onto this server and bring it into the work area. So I have got the server here. Now I need to connect this server. Again, I'm going to use this magic connection. So I'm connecting this server to the switch, and that's it. So physically this connection is done. Now the next thing we need to do is give an IP address to this server. So let me give an IP address to this server. So config fast Ethernet 0. You can give any IP address such that it remains in the same network, but to allow space for increasing the number of PCs, what I'm doing is let me give this IP address slightly towards the end of the block of the IP address. So 192.168.10.100. So let's say the server has got an IP address of 10.100. Again, same subnet mask, class C subnet mask. So this is the IP address for my server. Now let me just check whether the physical connection is through. So let me now from this PC test whether I am able to ping. So ping 192.168.10.100. So fine, this is working fine, which means the physical connection is through and I am able to ping to the machine. The machine is able to, the server is able to respond to me. So that is fine. Now we need to set up FTP application on this server. So we need to now configure the FTP application. So let us see how do we configure the FTP server onto this application. For this, click on the server, come to the services. There are a whole lot of services that are there. You can switch off all the remaining services because we are not going to use them. If you keep them, it is not going to interfere, but it's better to switch them off. So again, this is off, DHCP version 6 is off, TFTP is on here, which I don't require, so I'm going to switch it off. DNS is off, syslog, this is basically the logging system which can remain on. This is off. NTP, I'll switch it off. Then email service, I don't want this right now, so off. FTP will come back to that a bit later. IoT is off. VM management, I am switching it off. Radius is not ticked, and PRP is not ticked, so let's not worry about what those are right now. Let's go to the FTP, and in the FTP we are having this services on. Now we need to add the users to it so that they will be able to type this username and password to access the FTP server. So let me call the first user as a prof, who is a professor, and the password, I'm just not following the rules of good password because I don't want to keep complicated password out here. So prof123, okay, and I'll click on this add. Okay, we have to select the permissions. So since the professor is going to look at the assignments, I am giving all the access. That is basically the professor is able to create a file, read a file, delete a file, rename a file, and create a list. List means basically the dir output can be seen. So let me add this. Now let me add one more user, that is student, and password also I'm keeping it as student, and we are giving a write permission, list permission only to the student, let us say. Okay, so these are the only two permissions, write and a list permission. Now let me add this. So the user student has got added here. Now these are the files here. What you see are these are the files which are present on the FTP server, and these are some of the system files which are used by the packet tracer. So don't change them, don't delete them, let them be there as it is, otherwise it can cause some problem in execution of your Cisco packet tracer. Okay, now once this is done, you're basically more or less ready with the FTP server. Now let's go to one PC, and before so let's say this is a student PC who is using it, and the student wants to upload the assignment, or before uploading the assignment you will have to create the file, okay, on that PC. So in order to create the file, there is something called as a text editor here. So I'll click on this text editor and say this is my CND Practical assignment for FTP. Okay, and maybe let me add hello also here. Okay, now I have to save this file. So click on the file here, there's a save option. You can save. Now it will ask you for a file name, so let me say prac.txt. To keep things simple, let's have a txt extension. So say okay, and this is the file which is basically saved on the desktop. Okay, saved here. Now let me close this text editor. After closing the text editor, let me go to the command prompt, and in the command prompt let me type dir. So once I type dir, you will see here there is a prac.txt. So the file has got created on this machine, okay, which is basically 192.168.10.1. okay. Now I want to connect to the FTP server, and while connecting to the FTP server I am connecting as a student. So FTP, what is the IP address of server? 192.168.10.100. so FTP and IP address, press enter. Now it will ask you for the username, so it's student, and enter. Then it will ask you for the password, enter. Now you see here it says logged in, so you have basically logged in into the FTP server as a student. So you will see here the prompt changed to FTP from C colon. Now in the FTP we want to upload this file. I want to upload this file from PC to an FTP. So FTP has got its own set of commands. So that is put is used to upload the file and get is used to download the file. So let me say put and the file name, that is pract.txt, enter. So it says here writing the file to the server. Okay, file transfer is completed and it's here. Now let me type dir. Okay, we said that listing is enabled, right? So therefore dir command will work. Now if you type dir, you will see here this is the file that is available. Now for the student, when we created the student login, student username in the server, we said only write permission is there, read permission is not there. Okay, so I have uploaded this file, but I will not be able to download this file, neither I will be able to delete this file. So let us try deleting this file. So delete and prac.txt. So as a student I do not have a delete permission. So when I am trying to delete, what it says no such file found, whereas actually you can see here the file is there. But why it is saying that? Because there is a permission denied. So you as a student are not having or not authorized to delete the file. Okay, so now let's come out of this. Okay, so quit. So I'm back here. Here if you type dir, you will see that file, because this is on your local machine. Okay, now we have uploaded the file on the server. So let me come out of this PC and let me go to this second PC, and let us say now in this second PC we have a teacher who is trying to log in. Now teacher is having all the permission, or the professor is having all the permission. So FTP again 192.168.10.100, and it will ask for the username prof, enter, and prof123, enter. So we are now into the FTP server, logged in as a professor. Fine. So let me just type dir. If I type dir, the student has uploaded this file prac.txt. As a professor I am able to see this file. Okay, now let me download this file on my PC. Okay, so I can type get prac.txt, enter. So it says file transfer completed. Now right now I am on a FTP server, so let me just delete this file. Delete prac.txt. So as a student, when we have logged in, it did not allow us to delete, but now let us see as a professor, since we have the permission, it should allow me to delete. So here it says deleted successfully. Okay, again if I type dir, it will give me the list, and you see that from the server the file has been deleted. Okay, so we say now quit, and I'm back into my local PC. Remember, I have downloaded this file onto my local PC. So let me just type dir, and here you see a prac.txt. Now let me just close this, go to the text editor, and in the text editor right now I am in the another PC. So let me open this file. So when I click on open, I'll see a prac.txt, and this is that file. So basically this is how your FTP server can be configured on the Cisco Packet Tracer. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.